Hey guys, it's Michael here. Apparently, every time we think of laptops with the Eagle logo on it, it always tends to be some high-end, really expensive laptops. But this time, Aorus is surprising us with something different. Yes, the Aorus 15 is a recent breakthrough from the Gigabyte-owned brand to be around the $2,000 price range. But what sort of sacrifices were done to cut the price tag? The Aorus 15 is a bit different next to the preceding Aorus X series. Most of its body might still be aluminum, but the overall design is pretty flat and simplified. You got the typical look of today's compact gaming laptops. The Eagle logo is accompanied by two non-RGB backlit stripes, while you can see another Aorus logo on the dedicated power button inside. The only place where Aorus is written is on the bezel below the screen. If you think this is not very thin, you're right, and you will understand that it is justified later in this video. Please note to not expect too much of build quality since the screen flexes around a bit, and it is not easy to flip up the centrally located hinge single-handedly. Despite that, the brushed aluminum finishing on this Aorus 15 is fine. It overall looks not too flashy and not too calm. In this laptop, Aorus tried to stay away from thick bezels. The 144Hz 15-inch FHD panel has similar color accuracy next to the Aorus Sans Pantone calibration, while also letting a bit of bezel on top to keep the webcam where it should be. This made the Aorus 15 having one of the smallest footprints among the RTX powered gaming laptops. Fortunately, the tradition of having ports all around remains. There's an audio jack to USB-A 3.1 Gen 1 ports to the right, charging port HDMI Mini DP and USB-C 3.1 Gen 2 to the back, and a LAN port, another USB-A 3.1, but sadly ends with a micro SD slot instead of a full-size one. The review sample we have is a Coffee Lake i7, paired with Nvidia's newest mid-range gaming graphics card, that is the GeForce RTX 2060 Max-P. Surprisingly, it seems that the RTX 2060 is quite close in raw performance when compared to the RTX 2070 Max-Q. So if you really want to have Aero 15X9 level gaming graphics performance while saving some dime, this is honestly a good option. We tried out some games including Battlefield 5 where it performs close to the RTX 2070 Max-Q inside Aero 15X despite much smaller VRAM. You don't really need to worry about heat management that are handled by two large fans, a few heat pipes, and a very large intake grill with 4 exhaust ports, making heat a non-issue. The one issue we have is the non-adjustable fan speed, because trust me, the sound it makes is just insane. Makes you literally feel in an airplane cabin. We never heard of a laptop louder than this. If it's not really necessary, just set it on auto as long you're fine with playing at about 80 degrees centigrade at the price of losing a few FPS. Back to what makes this laptop having a good run for its money is the fully loaded dual channel 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gigs of NVMe SSD, and on top of that, 2 TB of hard drive storage out of the box. All that turns the Aorus 15 into a very ideal machine to store a lot of files and games internally. We really hope more vendors will also follow to be more generous with its storage options. As a gaming laptop, Aorus 15 does of course its RGB duty. At the lower left and right corners, you can find 2 RGB illuminators capable of projecting small RGB strips onto the surface underneath, competing with ROG's LED stripes. And 2 level 3-zone RGB illumination is also found beneath the average performing keyboard. It feels a lot like a Sabre 15 but with a more cramped numpad. Fortunately, Aorus followed Gigabyte's decision to move on using Windows Precision Driver for its touchpad, making it comfortable to use. Also, all the settings from Smart Manager to Aorus Fusion are now properly integrated into Aorus Command Center, besides obeying Gigabyte's decision to integrate a Azure-based AI to sort of optimize its performance. For example, when we open up a game or benchmark, it automatically kicks up the fan speed to maximum. Well, if you don't like this AI, disabling it is very easy. On the battery side, I don't know whether we got lemon or not, but the battery simply drains empty in just about 2 hours of light usage with switchable graphics on. Maybe the retail version will be different, but we don't really know yet. The 180 watt adapter itself is quite thin and portable, not a problem to have it in your bag every day. On top of all, the speakers aren't too bad. So, as long as you can get used to the very loud cooling and always be sure to get a spot to plug this laptop in, the Aorus 15 does provide a decent bang for the buck, especially when you get the generous SSD and hard drive option installed from factory, reducing the need to upgrade later on. It might be a wise decision from Aorus to sell products on this price range, because this is where many people are looking for their RTX powered upgrade. We can expect Aorus to be more competitive and less of a niche pretty soon if everything plays out well. Do you also consider this laptop to be a good product for the price? Don't be shy to comment down below. Please like and share if you like this video, and as always, have a nice day.